Before we get into our market update, I wanted to talk about really three things. First off, why do I do the data? Why do I spend an hour to two every month pulling the data, analyzing the data, presenting the data to you? Because the data matters, and the data is data. It is facts, it is black and white, it's a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or whatever the number is, it's data. So regardless of what you're hearing in the media, the news, the newspaper, your friends, your neighbors, all that stuff, I want to show you the data on what the market is doing. Because obviously we hear a lot of stuff about the market this, the market that, and a lot of those analysts are national analysts. They have no idea anything about the North Texas market. Now there's some really good people in North Texas. However, most people have no idea what they're talking about when it comes to the North Texas market. So I want to present this data. My opinions go with the data, but if you just want to listen to the data, just listen to the data. Don't take my opinion. Analyze it for yourself. Make your own decisions based on the data that I'm presenting. If any of you want the source material for this stuff, I'm happy to share it. That's very few and far between, but if you're like me, you might want to see the raw data. I'm happy to share that. Second part of that, why does the data matter? The data matters because if I can show you the data of what the market is doing and what the market has recently done and any trends that we're seeing, my sellers are better advised and can make better decisions. My buyers are better advised and can make better decisions. And especially the sellers and buyers that they're both. They're selling their house, they're buying a house. They can be best informed based on the data, not what's in the news, not what's in the newspaper. I know, I get a newspaper. Most of y'all might not even know what a newspaper is. Or listening to these analysts on the national TV, though I want you to see the data, whether it's your neighborhood, your county, your school district, whatever it is. I want you to see what your market is doing, what your neighborhood is doing, so you can make the best decisions for you and your family. Third, I'm going to show you some data, but in my opinion, and I'm confident on this, in my opinion, all of you sellers right now that you're out there, you're watching this video, you're like, I really want to sell my house. I have a really good chunk of equity and I want to upgrade. I want to get a bigger house. I want to get a third car garage. I want to move to a different school district. I want to move to a different town. I want to do this. I want to do that. You have been waiting to sell your house because you didn't want to jump into the crazy market. Now's the time. Not only is the market slowing a smidge, it's becoming easier to get offers accepted. And I also have a new tool that is, in my opinion, very cheap. It is not very expensive for you. There is a cost. So I'm not going to lie about that. For you to be a much, much, much stronger buyer, even if your house hasn't sold when you're going into the market. So those are my three things. Now let's get into the data. So I've been talking about this for months. The market's slowing. The market's slowing. Here's the trends. Here's the trends we're watching. We're watching these trends continue month after month after month. And again, not many people are talking about it. Except for me, or maybe I don't see that stuff, but that's what the market's doing. We have set at historically low inventory levels. Now, if you want to know what a market is doing, there is one metric that you want to look at over and over to compare what the market is doing now and what decisions you can make, and that's monthly inventory or supply. A balanced market is 6 months of inventory. North Texas market is typically not anywhere near that. We're closer to 3, 4 months, sometimes 2 months of inventory, but 6 months of inventory is considered a balanced market. Anything less than 6 months of inventory, it's a seller's market. Anything more, it's a buyer's market. We have had mind-blowingly low inventory that is less than a month of inventory. So March, April, and May of this year, we had 0.9 months of inventory. June, that went up to 1.2 months of inventory. We're just looking at single-family homes, and we're just looking at resales. We're not looking at new construction. We're not looking at condos, farm and ranch, anything like that, because I want the data to be pretty specific. So we are from 0.9 to 1.2 months of inventory, so we've shifted a little bit less of a seller's market than we were the last few months. And you might say, Jordan, that isn't that much different. Well, you're wrong. It is actually. So from 0.9 to 1.2, that is a 33% increase of inventory in 1 month. A 33% increase is significant. So the numbers might seem, 0.9 to 1.2, that's so tiny, but it's not. We went up by a third. So that is the supply. Again, I talked about March, April, May, historically low. We're at 1.2 months of inventory compared to 2020 and 2019. it doesn't even compare. We're half of what we were in 2020, which June was a weird month. And then the year before, we were at 3.6 months of inventory. And in 19, things were a little bit slower. So let's talk about new homes new homes on the market. These are not new homes, they're all pre-owned. New homes on the market that are listed and houses that are sold. So in June of this month, so last month, that's the data that I'm pulling. So it's July market update, but I'm pulling June numbers because obviously we don't have full month of July. So new homes went up and I want to look at May compared to June. So I want month over month because the market is changing very quickly. So I don't want to look at numbers from 6 months ago or a year ago. I want to look at it from month to month because that's the data that is going to help you make decisions on what to do now. So May, we had 11,600 new homes on the market for sale. And in June, we had 12,700 homes hitting the market in June. That is an increase of about 1,100 homes or about 9%. So remember that 9% number. So the number of new homes, the number of new listings on the market for June went up 9% compared to May. 9%. Sold, in May, we had 9,500 homes that have sold. And in June, we had 10,200 homes sold in June. So that went up 700 homes. So we had 1,100 homes more on the market in June, but we only sold 700 more, or 7%. So remember that 9%. So new homes on the market or new listings on the market went up 9%. Houses sold only went up 7%. So 1,100 additional homes month over month went on the market. Only 700 additional homes sold month over month that were on the market. So where I'm going with this? That's that gap. We've talked about this, I think, for maybe 2-3 months now. As we get more homes on the market, more new listings on the market, and less houses being sold, that is as that gap starts to open up, supply starts to increase, and the market gets back to normal, right? And what is normal these days? I don't know how to define normal, but it's going to get back to a more ordinary market. You're asking right now, what's going to happen to the prices? I don't think the prices are going to go down. That's my opinion. There's no data to prove the prices will or won't go down. If there was, you'd be having a lot of people putting a ton of money into one way or the other. However, the people that are buying houses are not marginal borrowers. They're buyers with a ton of cash. They're buyers with excess cash. They're buyers that are putting 20% down, 30% down, 40% down. They're buyers that are throwing in these offers and adding in an additional 10% on top of list price. Those are the people that have been buying homes over the last 6 months, and 6 months-ish. It's not a specific time period. Those are the people that are buying the homes. There's very few investors buying homes because they can't compete. There's very few of any marginal borrowers that are putting 3.5% down, 5% down. Very few of those people. And our economy here is just super strong. It's super diversified. I think we're going to be fine. I think the prices that we see right now, and again, my opinion, I think the prices that we see right now are going to be the lowest prices we see again. So you might look at that house and you're like, man, that house is $800,000. I remember back in the day when blah, 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 right? I do too. I grew up in a $90,000 house in Frisco that was my parents built brand new. Go find a brand new $90,000 house in Frisco. Not going to happen. Brand new houses in Frisco are many times more than that these days, which is, it is what it is. It's the market, right? So that's the data. I did want to open up with that stuff, so I did want to open up with why the data matters. Why does the data matter to you? Why does it matter to my sellers and buyers? Because it puts them at an advantage over everyone else. Because, yeah, there's a lot of great real estate agents out there just like me. However, there are very few people that understand the data, understand how to present the data, understand how to read the data, and truly understands what's going on in the market, and it's able to look at your neighborhood and give you exactly what's going on in the neighborhood. There's very few people that can do that that are also good real estate agents. So, and that was something that I had a background in prior to real estate. So if you're working with me, you luck out. Actually, you don't luck out. It's not luck. It's a lot of hard work. So that's what I have for the July market update. It is just, the market is getting, again, it's not normal. It's not slow. It's not, I mean, don't go in to buy a house in Frisco and expect to get it for list price or expect to get it for not going to multiple offers. Right now, that's not happening. Right now, they are still going multiple offers. We are having to bid over list price. We are having to go in very, very strong and quickly. However, it's becoming a lot more possible. It's becoming a lot more feasible to get the job done and get you into a house so that you're not selling your house and ending up in a hotel with a couple of kids and a dog, or 2 dogs, or 3. So I suppose that's it. If you guys have any questions or there's anything I can do for you, let me know. My name is Jordan Bellinger with the Bacon Bellinger Real Estate Group at Coldwell Banker Apex in North Texas. Anything in North Texas, I am your guy. I'm your person. And if you are looking anywhere else in the world and you are looking to buy, sell, invest, or you just have questions for a real estate agent in that area, let me connect you with that agent so that I can make sure you're having a good agent that knows what they're doing and it can take very, very good care of you. So that is what I have. I'm looking at my data one more time to see if there's anything on here that I need to add, and I don't see that. So I appreciate you joining me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.